wanakuja kunitazama. Kile nasema wanaenda wana translate. Wanaenda wana translate kikwao. Ile ambayo inasema. Kwa niwega, no, I can see what they are doing. And last time that's what they tried doing. They think Githaiga is too big. Githaiga is listened by everybody. How do we make him popular? How do we make him Kapunye? You have struggled. Hata account yako ijaienda for 4 years. You're still struggling with 58,000 followers.
Hello guys, it's your girl Patience Status. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscription box and put on the notification bell so that you don't any time I post a new video. Remember, I'm the queen of online gossip. So welcome to today's video. Don't forget to give it a like and leave a comment on the comment section.
The Mujurusi has of the other one. How would it look? Mimi nikuje labda na nyongaga na komanda, nilete Mujurusi ya komanda. Haya, mwingine akuje arete ya mwingine, arete ya mwingine. I'm only saying this because I've seen here M na nikakubuka bado M again. You came here, niko na matiti ya M, alinitumia matiti, tulikuwa tunanyonga na M, alinitumia matiti. Big Daddy, some of these things embarrass you, not them. They embarrass you. We just look at mimi na kuangaliaga hivi. And that's why I don't even siongengi sana kwa platform yako. I don't, because sometimes I'm always like, oh, this one will embarrass you people. Oh God, this one will embarrass. Hata wezi mtetea, because you know huyu atakunywa tu, akuja na ile kichwa yake nono na ndevu. Wacha nikwambie, let me tell you. Na sasa hiyo mpaka kuna watoto kwa nyumba yako mara tunasikia mpaka wakilia kwa background. You are somebody's husband of 2 in the US, a senior citizen. Tunafaa tukuangalie kama role model. Githaiga anafaa kukuona aseme, I want to be like you. I want to come to the US. I want to get the dollars. I'm supposed to look at you people like, you know, these are people we are supposed to be envious of. Kama mmoja harewi, anarewa shakari, mwingine anaonyesha na vinembe. We have, mimi sijui lakini, you can come and justify, you can go live unitukane, ufanye kila kitu yote, but I think all women, even here, all women who are here would actually agree that it does not make somebody a more man because of numbers and you can share them. Okay. It doesn't make you a mom.
Okay, so I don't know if that's enough, but I think take it, Mama, take it with you. Thank you. I'm also a mother. Thank you. Yes.
There is something that he said after mentioning the names of other Luos. He said, but kuna wale wazuri, lakini hao wengine meaning hawa wajaluo wengine. That is according to my understanding. Let me play that again. This is just my opinion, guys. You do not have to agree with my opinion, right? Okay.
But kama sio Kapunya na tusumbonga TikTok ni ati. Kama sio ati ni huyu wa vinembe. Kama sio wa vinembe ni mwingine. I am sure we have good laws here. Tuko na wajaruo wazuri sana hapa. But the majority of these ones who are online, they embarrass.
The majority of these ones who? He was already addressing the Luos, right? So he said the majority of these ones are the ones who are embarrassing us online. Who are those? Those ones are Luos, of course.
Madam Prosecutor, can I...
that already is a tribal statement.
Can I interject, please? Can I interject, guys, according to my understanding or on that recording? Githaiga was clearly stating facts. These are factual. He stated like this. He said, hapa ndani kwa mtandao.
I will now invite Githaiga Samuel. Sorry to interrupt. I will now invite Githaiga Samuel.
Mwambie akuje kama alikuwa anamaanisha nini, kama aseme sorry ama alikuwa amelewa
nani tuka ngombe. Sorry. Get on.
Chidadi, I have to say something.
Yes.
When you are abroad, you don't have family. Everybody is your family. Ukipata mjaluo ni ndugu yako. Ukipata mkini ni ndugu yako.
Let me tell you my understanding, right? You understand differently, I understand differently. Githaiga said, hapa kwa TikTok, you understand? kama si huyu anatusumbua ni mwingine. He did not generalize. He even went ahead and supported, say that tuko na semi watu wote ni wabaya, but tuko na, he even gave an example of wakina Auka. You understand? So he was not tribal at all. He was singling those people who are well known in TikTok and they come from that tribe. He wasn't at all tribalistic. Guys, thank you.
Okay, so may I ask Zedadi, when Githaiga says na yule wa Vinembe, and then he's sorry, Sweet Dreams, keep muted because you have an echo. Do you think he is still right to speak in that manner?
Yes, of course, he has all the right to say that. He did not mention someone's name. He said ule wa Vinembe. Now we understand this. Hapa kuna watu wengi wa Vinembe. We have kina Sinti, we have Wewe, we have kina M, we have everybody. So we actually, on my side, I cannot say halikuwa anamaanisha nani. Thank you, very important.
Jacqueline, I guess in this court you're allowed to have differing opinions. So whatever I said, I'm responsible for whatever I said, guys. So I do not have to agree with people's opinion. This is just my opinion, right? So you do not, hapo kwa comment section, people are saying, oh, so you are shuke and whatever. That's your problem. We don't have to agree with other people's opinion, though.
Yeah. You cannot be abusive towards anyone. So if you write some word, I will mute you. I know the word normally used to insult whatever. So I think moderators, can you filter that name out, please? I'm actually muting you guys. You don't want to be muted, please. Just be respectful, kindly.
Can you kindly, Madam Prosecutor, can you allow people to access their rights? Because in other platforms, they can never be right. When you are being called Kikojozi and other stuff, I don't see people filtering your names. Allow people.
Being abusive?
I don't see when people are being called names.
No. They are.
The court. Let's proceed, Madam Bensuda, Lady Jacqueline. Allow people to exercise their right, one.
Objection sustained, because this is a platform where people are allowed to exercise their freedom of speech.
Yes.
It could get how do you call it? It could get very disrespectful. It could get also very insultive. But I think when it gets to that point, the moderator can, if it's a direct attack, the moderator can do something about it. But otherwise, let people talk and comment, because we need the people. It's the state representing the people. So please allow them to talk. I can see Senior Counsel Peter Kioi has just joined the platform, and I would love to welcome you by asking you to advise the court that which side are you representing, because we have the people's side. We also have the we just lost him, but we have the people's side, and we have the two defendants we are accusing of hate speech, tribalism, and public incitement. That is Githaiga and Diana Ross. So please, while you take the mic, also start by advising which side are you representing, or what's your interest in this case. Thank you so much, Madam Prosecutor. Please, can you put a poll to the public? Do they think the speech or the remarks of Githaiga were tribalic? Because I can see we are trying to argue over that. Roch presented her case, so we need to know from the public if they are in support or they are in denial.
Madam Speaker and Prosecutor, I'm asking only for 1 minute because I'm going to work right away, and I'm here because of Papa Raila Odinga. We all Kenyans know that we voted Papa almost 6 million Kenyans, of which we love him and for the work he has done for the Kenyans. So I heard that he only votes for himself. I just want to know, what did Githaiga mean by saying that Raila votes for himself alone? Where are these other 6 million Kenyans? That is why I'm here.
All right, so I will respond to that, data collector, but I will do that after the poll. So the poll, when you talk, you tend to interfere with the poll. So the poll was Githaiga being tribal or not? So if it is no, then you go to the crying emoji, the blue. So you guys have said no, he was not being tribal at all. So I don't know, Your Honor, if you can take the mic, 1 minute.
I am not satisfied with the results of the poll. I think we had interruption. Please, when the poll is on, allow the public to just vote and exercise their rights. So please, can you repeat the poll so that we get a good poll?
So again, the question is, do you think Githaiga was being tribal or tribalistic or not? So he was not being tribal is the crying emoji. He was being tribal is the laughing emoji. Thank you. Right. So clearly the poll is for Githaiga again. And actually, Roch, I really want you, sorry, Senior Counsel Roch, I really want you to give me, give your opinion on this because, you spoke about an element of bias here. Is it a crime? So 94 for Githaiga already, 194 for Githaiga against, I think, 30-something. So do you think, guys, there is somebody called Malisafi. Malisafi, is that you? Yes, this is Malisafi. Why would you come and write a let me just give you a block. You can come with your main account. 1 minute, guys. I don't like that kind of disrespect. It is the kind of disrespect I do not tolerate. So Akuja na main account and then he can behave. Okay, so as I was saying, clearly every single poll suggests that people are in agreement with Githaiga. Where is the element of bias in that? Roch, can you take the mic, please? Because I don't get the element of bias.
So according to my understanding, Your Honor, is people support who they like. They don't even care whatever this person has said, whatever this person has said is right or wrong, but they just support this person because they like him or her. That is how TikTok is. Yeah? So when I spoke about whatever Githaiga said, according to my opinion, I say that when he said kuna wajaluo wengine wazuri but kuna hawa wenye wana embarrass watu wengine, which means that is already directed to other Luos wenye wana embarrass watu wengine. Did he have to mention Luos? He didn't have to. He will just address people by their names but not mentioning their tribe. That was where he went wrong, according to me. Right. So now, Roch, you do not. Okay. So I'm going to give an argument here. There's a lot of now you're talking to me, right? So when I come and say, Lady Jacqueline Mujaluo, whatever, when I'm addressing you, do you feel like that is already a tribal statement or no? Well, the fact that you mentioned my tribe makes it tribal. You understand? However, yes. I do think that it is the same way. It is the same way when you're in England and then they talk about black people. They refer black people as black people. How would you feel as a black person? You feel as a black person? Yeah, I would sit James. That is racist, right? That is racist.
Madam Prosecutor. Yeah. Madam Prosecutor, can I come to your rescue, please?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Is it appropriate for Senior Counsel Roch to come and preach what she does best? Just the other day, she was attacking Luos very bad when they had long heads with Nyako. if someone can do it, is it not the same person who called our names with the Luo and all that? What has it changed today in this court? Thank you, very important.
Can you provide proof and evidence, Rafmuli?
Yes, we have it.
Focusing on Diana and Githaiga, not about other people. Can you provide proof and play the evidence, please?
In this court, we go with facts.
When we are in court, Muli, we are focusing on that case that is there at the moment.
And
the other one will come
that's
later.
Why I'm saying.
Please,
that's why I'm saying.
Can you provide proof?
Senior counsel, Madam Roche.
Yeah, provide proof.
Is it? We are going to provide the proof.
Yeah, provide it right
if
now.
Today, like myself,
no, listen to
like
me.
Myself,
a different case.
Wait. Like myself, like myself.
So I want you.
Like myself.
To provide proof.
Okay, like myself, I cannot come here and say that. Like myself, as a senior counsel,
I'm not going to engage Rafmuli. That's it.
So, as myself, I cannot come here and support either of them. You know, I cannot come here and support either of them, Diana Rose or Githaiga, because I myself, there's a time I said Urima Siguzwe, and it was taken as what? As a trouble. So I cannot stand here and start saying this Githaiga was wrong or Diana was right. Harm for the people. So what does the people represent? Are we being represented in equally and just? That is it. So when I'm talking, I cannot say, because I don't know what Githaiga meant, but I'm just speculating what he meant by those statements. I'm speculating why Diana reacted so, because they were mentioned. And yes, indeed, the TikTok presidents are all Luos. The ministers are Luos. The judges are Luos. The councillors and the queens are Luos. So I cannot deny the fact that Githaiga was injecting the truth in TikTok, but not generalizing the whole tribe. Thank you, very important.
You already made a tribal statement, Muli. First of all,
no. Can you listen to me? Can you listen to me?
No. I gave you a chance to speak. Now it's my turn. No.
You're not arguing.
It's my turn to speak.
You're not arguing. He stated. Can you play that? Can you play that record, please, Madam?
I gave you a chance to speak. Whereby Paulina
TikTok.
Let me quote you now. Let me quote. Lady Jacqueline, I beg to drop because I cannot argue with this. Bye.
Drop.
Okay.
Drop.
Counsel, senior counsel Zidade.
Let her drop one.
Okay.
Let her drop. Lady Jacqueline, when you've been called names there, she never says any shit. You know? Today, Githaiga started. Can you play that recording? Githaiga said in TikTok, and it is true that in TikTok, the wave is with the Luos, right? Tell me any other tribe that has stood here, say that is a president, judge, prosecutor, sijui nini. Githaiga was spitting facts, opposition and everything. He stated clearly in that recording that in TikTok, he never generalized anything. Thank you.
So my question to you, Senior Counsel Muli, is, why did the element of tribe have to come in? Why did that have to be an issue of discussion? Why did he not just go for the three people that he mentioned instead of going for their tribe? Yeah, so that's my question.
As far as I know, is when Jesus of Nazareth was being accused, he was called the Nazarites. So they identified people with their own ethnicity. There's nothing wrong by identifying me as a Kamba or a Giriama or a Kalenjin or anything else.
Mm-hmm. So this was an issue of delineation. So there is an issue of delineation.
Yes.
So you can actually find out what the importance of delineation, when you remove a group from the rest of the group to make a point, not necessarily because you're targeting them, but rather because you are trying to make a point about a specific trait.
Thank you, my Lord. Thank you, my Lord. You now get my point. Thank you, my Lord. You now get my point, Madam.
It's a matter of delineation. which I will actually go on the big screen and tell you how it is actually used sometimes when you come to oppressive or oppression politics. Sometimes you will see a group of people as, say, black. And then when you're, for instance, in the United Kingdom, you will think about, okay, are they black African or are they black Caribbean? Because both groups have different histories and different needs, So black Caribbean will perhaps have more disadvantages when it comes to housing or access to schools and things. Black African children will be perhaps more focused at school, and that is very common in the United Kingdom. Delineation is a thing that you can use positively. It does not have to be seen as a negative thing. Thank you, my senior counsel.
Madam Prosecutor, can I tell you something? In the United States, here, when you are applying for anything, there is a paperwork whereby you feel, are you Hispanic? Are you Caucasian? Are you African American? Are you black? Or are you others? Is that tribal? No. It is identifying your roots, and there's nothing wrong with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know if the magistrate, Your Honor, I don't know if you want to take the mic. I'll go back and I will go back and I will talk to Githaiga again. Thank you.
I want to overrule the argument brought forward by Senior Counsel Roch, who has just left the court unannounced. We find, first and foremost, I find that very disrespectful, because when you differ with your fellow counsel as a learned friend of this court, you have all the rights and all the knowledge to sit on the counsel and the counsel panel and present your argument rather than feeling threatened by the fact that the other counsel has outshined your intelligence. So we find that very disrespectful, Senior Roch. But let me clarify on this matter, because I think members of TikTok are actually confused about whether or not Githaiga was tribalic. For this court, we find that Githaiga was not tribalic. He was actually speaking in reference of the TikTok cohesion. When I say TikTok cohesion, is the feeling that every member of TikTok belongs to the same country or the same platform. It's just my own word on my dictionary, because what Githaiga was trying to say was some laws, which I don't feel like if I refer to you as a Luo is an insult or a hate speech or rather degrading you. It is an identity that we should embrace. I love, for example, I am a Luya, and I love being called a Luya female, because it gives out my identity to people. So we should not feel that when someone says you Kikuyu or you this, that is hate speech, right? The hate speech will depend entirely on what follows after that statement. We get it right? So please, going forward, if I refer to you as a Luo, be proud of that, Lady Jacqueline. Be proud of me referring to Senior Counsel Muli as a Kamba, and also you can refer to me as a Luya, because I've just announced my dialect. So let's move on from that and understand that we are dealing with
Your Highness, Madam Judge, Madam Magistrate, with all due respect, I would also want to clarify that I would love to be addressed as a Kamba and the keyword known as a watermelon. We are proud as Kambas to be watermelon, because watermelon is a sweet fruit. Thank you.
Okay, so I will take the mic. And Quira, I don't know if you have something to say. We have 2 more additions to the platform, 3 actually. We have Queen Chira, Kerubo, and Quira. I don't know whether, Your Honor, you want to talk to them real quick before we continue.
Yes, please. Senior Counsel Queen Chira and Sue, please take the microphone. Let's begin with Queen Chira. identify why you are in this case, in this courtroom, and please also advise the courtroom which side are you on or what you're presenting. Yeah. So please, Queen Shira, can we have you on the mic?
Hello.
She has a problem with network, so let's continue, Your Honor.
Madam Prosecutor, because I know you're the one upping people, please note that we have elements of people who are not senior counsels, but coming to steal the show so that they can open their platforms and divert whatever we are trying to do here in this respected, respectable courts. Please take note on that. Thank you, very important.
I will. Thank you so much. Quira, Mike, kwako tafadhali Quira.
Thank you very much. And to the respected ladies and gentlemen, well, let me first start by making some clarity on Counsel Mori's. We may not be part of this conversation, part of the court, but we come in as friends of the court and with the interest of the country, not only on tribal sentiments. Actually, it would be a little bit unfortunate when we have great men and women like Githaiga and Lady Diana Harede that we so much respect. These sentiments that are being brought in TikTok, the tribal sentiments, is what is ishing the whole nation. It would be a bit unfortunate. Lady Jacqueline and others, I would want to believe, for some of you who probably have had the privilege of going through the history of our country from 1963 to date, none of us would want to hear anyone talk about an individual as this or the other. Unfortunately, and this is something that probably we don't have to recount on, to recount on. Those of us who are there in 2007-008 would never want to hear anybody mention an individual as Eruo or a Kikuyu or whatever, for whatever reason. And you people, I said I'm coming here as an elder to just say a few words that probably might help even the social media have some decorum, because I totally believe we need it for now. Whenever any of our people, I'm in America, whenever I hear anybody address my people as a Kikuyu, somebody says Eruo, and we know we all have common problems. We have common interests that we would do better than addressing the small issues that you people address. And I'll leave it at this, that when you are in TikTok, we have the privilege of having 18 years old there up to 90 years old. What happens if I come here and my daughter, who is 22, is here, and my mother, who is 93, is here, and here's the kind of language that we use here. So I would appreciate so much that we try to de-tribalize. Let us not make this thing a tribal issue. Please let us be ourselves. I believe we can do better than what we are doing now. And thank you for allowing me up here, but we don't come here to look for followers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Prosecutor. Let me take this opportunity first of all to identify my colleague, Senior Counsel Githu Muigai. We will identify you by your accent that you are really a Kikuyu, and we are proud that you are Kikuyu. Unfortunately, we are not going to do that because you have been up here. Microphone moja kwa moja kwa nani kwa prosecutor. Thank you.
Okay, so that was a breath of fresh air, I must say, my senior counsel Raf Muli. The accent was accenting. I loved it because for a moment I thought Ngugi wa Thiong'o had just come in, or another really rather respected member of the Gikuyu community, and I loved listening to that. So when you have lived and I'm going to counter what Kwira wa Kabiru has said. And Kwira wa Kabiru comes with a name worth $1 million. That name is very, very powerful, very good. Now, Kwira wa Kabiru has spoken about not seeing people as tribes. However, when you have lived overseas for so long, like some of us have, thank God I will not be living overseas from January. But when you have lived abroad for so long, you want to hear voices and sounds and accents and names and what do you call it? Heavy accents from our motherland. So Kwira, thank you for bringing the motherland so very close to us. That was a delight. Okay, very, very nice to listen to. So we will still sometimes refer to our tribes because we take pride in those tribes, and we are so far from home sometimes that the only thing we can cling on is that identity that reminds us of our 93-year-old grandmothers. Thank you very much. Your Honor, take the mic.
Let me use this opportunity to notify the court that there seems to be a campaign on the comment section.
Under Siege, the comment section is under Siege. We don't know what is going on, but I think Your Honor, take the mic.
The presence of our member of parliament in the other Murengo, Alego, has just entered the building, and as she would like to for me to display my sitting apparatus on camera for the viewers back at home to have a moment of break, it is not possible because it's a court of law, and right about now that will be violating the decency of this courtroom. So kindly, I beg to be allowed to continue with my duty as the judge of this court. Thank you so much. I think that answers the comment section. So we go to Kerubo. Kerubo, you are on the platform as a senior counsel. We want to understand which side are you representing, or what's your insight on this. Apart from that, Kwira, sometimes what you can rely on is your identity. I feel that you should not take an offense if someone referred to you as a Kikuyu, because in regards to promoting national cohesion, we want the Kikuyus, the Kambas, the Luos, the Luyas, the Kisi, the Somalians who have been added to tribes in Kenya to feel that we belong to one country and where we come from, right? So please take note that henceforth from this platform, you should be proud of your Kikuyu identity, as we have all welcomed you in this platform. Yeah, so we have Kerubo who could say something or release.
I think Senior Counsel Kwira wants to respond, Your Honor.
Kwira, you have the mic. Please speak to us.
Thank you very much, and I feel so proud to again to be part of this conversation. One thing that I'm trying to bring out and clearly is that now here I can see we have 576 people who are watching us or who are with us here, and we listen to so many voices every day. I'm a cultural guru and an elder, and I know what it feels like. I am a friend of so many of the old men and women who are mentioned in diverse states of the society and community. And I would appreciate if for the future, because it is some of us who would tell you what it means. If you're in Kariobangi, if you're in Korokosho, if you're in Babadogo, not when me and Lady Jacqueline are in America or elsewhere. I wish we would come to that level where I would address Jacqueline as my sister and not as that Luo who is a fish mogul or something like that. I would appreciate if we took that direction.
Madam, Your Highness, Madam Prosecutor, and Your Honorable Majesty, my Lord, Madam Judge Cinderella, is it appropriate for Courier to say that 561 people are washing? We are not washing. We are watching. We are not washing any clothes or anything. Can he please?
Thank you. That brings the Kikuyu accent in me. That brings out the
exactly. That's what.
Thank you.
That's the word I wanted you. So you're proud to be called from your ethnicity. That's the point I wanted. Thank you. Very important. Take the mic now.
Senior Counsel Zidadi, we must also recognize your intelligence and freaky ways.
Top notch. That was a really good way to make a point. Like that was classic smart boy, kind of way. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we can proceed from there. Let us just go to Lizol, or Sabasamu, who is now joining us, or anyone who wants to take the mic. Please, the platform, a free platform. Identify yourself and advise the court which side are you representing or what your insights in this case are.
Tabasamu, did you say Kerubo and Tabasamu? Kerubo has been here long and they haven't spoken at all. Tabasamu, Mike, take the mic, please. So Tabasamu also, I don't know whether she got on here by mistake, but then okay, so back to the issue at hand. Tabasamu dropped. Thank you. Ngugi, you've just come up. What do you want to say, Ngugi? Take the mic, Ngugi. Again, that one also came here by mistake. So Your Honor, allow me to call Githaiga Samuel on the phone. But before I do that, maybe if you want to say something for a minute or so, and then I'll just make a quick phone call to Githaiga Samuel. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Prosecutor, on your end for trying to find us one of the defendants, because we would not proceed from where we have reached right now if we do not have the presence of Githaiga in this court to answer, of course, and be cross-examined about his remarks on prominent political leaders such as Raila Odinga. And while we wait for you to find the defendant to come and defend himself in this court, I would love to say that we are a very young generation. Doesn't matter whether you are 30 years or 36 years. For instance, the judge appearing in this court, the chief magistrate, as I have also been named, Bensouda. In 2007, in 2008, we are aware of the national, violence that went on. It was because of tribalism. And some of the propagandas were fueled via social media or rallies, political rallies, and all other platform it could be. So, the people could speak. When someone comes in front of you trying to make a tribalic statement that is negative against your ethnicity, I feel that it is important for all of us to join in unison and criticize and educate this person, because hate speech could result to a lot of things, either public lynching or an outbreak of violence. We can see now the TikTok streets are not so safe. Given the fact that some TikTokers whom we have upheld and given them mandate to appear on our TikToks as celebrities are now starting to see each other through their ethnicity, and it is very wrong. So I don't know if Madam Prosecutor, you are ready with the defendant, as I would not want to wish the court to be boring.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm calling him now. I don't know why he's taken so long to come. We agreed, we had a very good agreement with time. He knew the time. He's saying, so Githaiga is saying nipe like 30 minutes. Na pangana, okay, sawa. So he's asked for, okay. I've told. Okay. Sawa. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so glad. Sawa. Okay, sawa. So he has said he will be here in 30 minutes or less. Okay. So Githaiga Samuel will be here in 30 minutes or less. I've just spoken to him right now on WhatsApp, and he recognizes the fact that he is late, but he has asked me, he's doing something. I nearly read what he was doing. I don't think that would have been in order to do that, but I stopped myself before I read the entire sentence. So he will be here in less than 30 minutes. Thank you very much, Your Honor. Take the mic, please. Thank you.
As we wait for the defendant to come, as the daddy would have to give another speech direct, of course, away from.
I'll just mute. I'll mute them. Thank you. Yeah.
Does the counsel joining us have anything to say? Also, you can pick the mic. Zidade, I'd love to hear about your other. Bring another review of the.
Your Honor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to make a suggestion. I have to make this suggestion. As we wait for Githaiga Samuel, would we finish with the ruling for Sonkei Kores versus Lady Jacqueline? I think you can find out from Miss Kores if she is now available for the ruling, so that we finish with that. Because I miss working with Miss Kores. There's a lot of work we should be doing together, but we are not able to do because the court has not given a ruling, and neither has the court given us a way forward on how we will operate. Yesterday, I was in a meeting with our people in the United States, and I wished that Ms. Kores would have been in that meeting because, we are working together with her. Okay, so it is only in order that we finish our case so that we can continue the work that we were doing, which is actually a noble cause. Thank you, Your Honor. I will mute.
Your Honor, before you make any rulings, we want also to notify this court that we also received some of the evidences, and that talks were behind the bars or behind the curtains, and we highly expect a fair ruling on this case that I'm representing my defendant, Madam Sonkei, that this case is under talks. So as you're doing your rulings, just know that we've received your submissions we've received submissions from the complainant, who is Jacqueline, and we understand that everything has been played under waters since Meru Priti has reached out to Big Daddy and talked and say that she doesn't want to be part of it. But once again, who am I or who are we not to let you do your rulings? So that is to notify you that. Thank you.
Defense counsel for Sonke, of course, recognizing you, Senior Counsel Muli. I'd love us to proceed in respect of this court. Yeah? You cannot appear in a court of in TikTok High Court of Kenya, speaking in parables and leaving us all in suspense. We would like to clarify. We would like a clarification of when you say you have submitted, you have received evidence, and you also have talks that have been received. Please, could you be more transparent for the sake of us to go forward from this case, as it is not only the case that we are handling at the TikTok High Court of Kenya?
Your Highness, Your Honor, you have to understand that in this court, I also have some loopholes that money exchange was exchanged to buy most of the evidences, and we are saddened that we are in this court to be ruled in a negative way because the people or the witnesses or the people who perpetrated the whole thing exchanged money and talks. So again, I would also give this court all the benefit of doubt to do your due diligence to judge or to give us a judgment. We are ready for that. Thank you.
Your Honor, I don't think any money was exchanged and there was no corruption that took place. I don't think so. I will actually take my time and call the one party that has been mentioned in this court, and that is Meru Priti, and I will call her offline. I will be muted. I will give her a quick call, and then I will actually bring back my feedback. But I do not believe there was any money that was exchanged to try and manipulate evidences and also interfere with the case. Thank you, Your Honor.
Again, back to defense counsel. When you make such serious allegations that there was exchange of money for the purpose of manipulating the outcome of this ruling, you are in other words undermining my court that we are not free and fair. And I have not even given the ruling yet. My ruling lies entirely with the fact that the last time in court during the trials, you had made certain threats that you would release some articles that were taken, of course, without the plaintiff being aware. I want to know, have you submitted, or are you willing to submit the evidence, or we should move on from that because you further want to keep the evidence and the articles you have against the plaintiff?
Your Honor, Your Highness Magistrate, you have to understand that we are fighting with bulls, and we are only like pundas, pundamonech. So we cannot fight with bulls, since my client say that money was exchanged, and I believe her, and she's here. She can open microphone and speak that money was exchanged, and the other side was coerced to agree to play under waters. Thank you.
Again, can I understand the money that was exchanged was moving from which party to which party? Please, can we are getting confused in the courtroom. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion. I think the defendant herself, Sonke, if you're in a position, because you asked for 30 minutes or less to leave work, please, if you're in a position to respond to this, kindly take the mic. I want to understand money was exchanged from which party to which party, and how does this affect the fact that last time in court you said you had articles? I think it is now more clear that you do not want to submit any articles against the plaintiff in front of her, but behind her back. So I don't know if we can get a clear explanation about that. If not, let's continue with the ruling.
Okay, so I will clarify that real quick, Your Honor. So I'm actually trying to get the mentioned party to do a quick phone call with me. I will mute, so our conversation will not be heard on TikTok. However, I'm trying to see if she's awake. However, may I say that what Senior Counsel Zedadi means is that the allegations that were brought against myself and the said party, Meru Priti, that we indeed spoke about Big Daddy in the hotel room, and this was recorded by Miss Soinke Kores, and she had actually threatened to play this recording of the conversation between myself and Miss Meru Priti, and that was going to cause us a lot of embarrassment. And what Senior Counsel Zedadi is saying is that myself, or rather not myself, but they said my co-accused, that is Miss Meru Priti, went behind the court's back and then paid money to Mr. Big Daddy in a bid to squash the entire case and to make the evidence against us disappear. And Your Honor, I want to say that such a thing did not happen. I want to make the argument that there is absolutely no day under the sun that
Your Highness,
actually pay Big Daddy any money for such purposes. And I mean, thank you.
Your Highness, after perusing and after doing thorough investigations on my client, I came to a point to understand that as a senior counsel and as a barrister with their first-class honors in law, I realized that I'm representing a mentally sick client, and we want to withdraw this case now and forever, Your Highness. Thank you.
Counsel Muli Zedadi, that is not nice. That is not a nice thing to say. And I think the court needs to punish you. That is not a nice thing to say. I don't even like what you said, and I don't find it funny. I don't find it funny. Yeah. So, Your Honor, take the mic. I'm not happy.
Your Honor, right now, the complainant is trying to buy me when I'm speaking the truth. That I realize that I'm representing someone who has no evidence, someone who is mentally sick, someone who called me and my investigators and said, hakuna kitu kama hicho, ni kiki tu. So why do I come here and wait for a judgment? But who am I to stop your judgment, Your Honor? Thank you.
See, Daddy, I think at this point you need to drop as a lawyer because you don't need to represent someone who you think is not mentally stable. So can you please drop?
I've dropped the case. We've dropped the case so that we can now
No, you don't drop. You don't drop the case. You drop yourself, and then let the person make a statement by herself because you're not representing her at this point.
At this point, we've come to an agreement that we are under medication. Both of us, we are under medication, and we cannot stand in the law of court. Thank you.
Counsel, you cannot.
Okay, then say that and let the person say that she will not stand trial.
You cannot force my client to answer whatever she does.
I am not forcing.
I'm representing
She's not
my
your client at this point.
you would never make a statement about your client and say that she's not mentally stable. That is not your client. That is your
Counsel Mori, we might have to demand
a new lawyer.
All counsel approach the bench. Might
approach the bench.
Legal that what senior counsel Vidadi just did as a defense counsel to Ms. Sonke. He has dropped the case and he has explained why he thinks he is not fit to represent Mr. Sonke. Madam Sonke, understand that Zidadi is a senior counsel who had been paid or hired to represent Sonke. So he is not part of the accusation laid here. But what he has just clarified is that on his own he is dropping because he is representing someone who has no evidence. In other words, the statement made earlier that Lady Jacqueline, the plaintiff, paid a certain amount of money to manipulate the outcome of this case is actually an assumption and not a statement of fact because there is no evidence. And he says that it came from his own client. In short terms, it is a fiction. Thank you. Statement, right? So in his own willing and in his own professional values, he begs to not represent the defendant. So now the defendant is on her own in this case. If she wishes to bring in another lawyer, she can definitely do that. But I think we are wasting time with assumptions and evidence. And we cannot allow that. So given the fact that the defendant's counsel has just dropped the case, which is unprofessional because we have not even given the ruling, I therefore have to give my ruling in another different perspective than what I had intended to bring in court. So first and foremost, I am starting with the ruling right now, that number one, in the pre-trials of this court, the defendants was served with a verbal case, with a verbal cease and desist order. We served her in the pre-trials with a verbal cease and desist order, which is now clear that she has adhered to this cease and desist order that instructed her not to cause malicious damages on the reputation of the plaintiff. She has not pleased the vital public interest on this case, as it was established that the people bankrolling or supporting the defense had an interest to get materials that could finish or execute publicly the reputation of the plaintiff. So given that she has adhered to this cease and desist order, I now give a ruling that she has been served with injunction. For those who do not understand, injunction of this is active, and it therefore means that the court had delivered a ruling to Ms. Sonke that in 3 lifetimes, she should never in her 3 lifetimes attempt to release those articles or damage the reputation of this plaintiff further. So that one has been clarified. On the second issue about this case, the case before this court was a civil defamation, and I had earlier demonstrated that a defamation case has both libel and a slander. What I mean by libel defamation, these are written statements about the plaintiff. In this case, the defendant has not proven any, the plaintiff has not proven any materials that were made publicly to the plaintiff. So we do not have any right in this court to hold the accused for libel defamation. Rather, in this case, we have we were also presented with slander defamation, which were oral statements and spoken statements. The plaintiff has failed to prove beyond reasonable doubt that there is any records of Ms. Sonke which shows beyond reasonable doubt that she should be held responsible for defamation. So in that manner of accusation, I'm now ruling that Ms. Sonke is therefore declared innocent in any any accusation of defamation because we don't have it on record. Rather, we have the words that were said by other parties which have not been held responsible until afande wa kotini aweze kupata hawa watu awalete mahakamani so that tuweze kuwashtaki, and the accused would be in Klaus, Geoffrey, Malisafi, and JB. So they should be presented to this case, to this court in a later date. So we acquit Ms. Sonkei of any defamation charges against her. Number 3, however, this court finds the defendant, who is Ms. Sonkei, guilty beyond reasonable doubt of invasion of privacy because of her recording pictures and phone calls of the plaintiff at one point and an audio partially explained by the defense counsel in our pre-trial that it contains the plaintiff vulnerable moment of seeking Akinembe and also seeking sexual consent from the complainant. In this case, Ms. Sonkei had no rights to invade her privacy or her sexual, escapades. Yeah, she had no right to release that information to the public, and the defense counsel had made it clear that they intend to deal with the plaintiff using these audios and pictures of her suruari, so that they could we like it to say in TikTok, expose her to public hatred, contempt, and ridicule. This will be used to shun and make her to be avoided on TikTok society, right? So in this line of accusation, I am ruling that the complainant is to compensate. She is to compensate the plaintiff with a total amount of 1 million Kenya shillings also has the right to seek any other further compensation which she has not brought before this court, but maybe with the microphone she can seek other compensation, but the court awards her 1 million shillings for that invasion of privacy, and this active ruling shall be effective right from this date. Thank you so much. We case closed.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Your Highness, Majesty. We accept, and we are ready to pay that 1 million Kenya shillings. So the case is closed. The justice has been done. Thank you very much. We honor you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And being a civil case, I have just instructed the plaintiff to seek make aware what further compensation she feels the accused should compensate her, and according to the laws of the country, we will review that and know if it is valid. Apart from that, the plaintiff, the case has now been closed officially. So we move on to another dialected, is it dialected? Sorry, my use of English has just left my brain. Sorry about that. But we move on to another request that the plaintiff had made in regards to Sonkei. She had asked for the court to give a ruling also about their going forward in the projects that she has with the accused Sonkei. And in her own words, she says that she is still interested and she is still willing to work with Sonkei in the projects that they have to, to provide service to the society and the humanity. This court further rules that the accused, Madam Sonkei, should take note of the reputation of the plaintiff and in the projects that they are doing for the society. It is one thing to defame the person you work with and then present them as a public figure to the people you intend to help. I rather request that Ms. Sonkei takes note of what she is doing with the plaintiff, and be cautionable about how she presents her or portrays her to the society. Ni important sana aonekane kama ni tuzo ama ni important aonekane kama
funzo.
Ni tuzo, forgive me.
Awe funzo kwa wengine.
No, what I intend to say, it is very important the plaintiff, Madam Lady Jacqueline, aonekane kama ngome kwa society. Huyu ni mtu ambaye anakuja back to Kenya, and she is coming back with the intention of giving back to the society. So tukimchafua na tuanze kusema maneno kama yale ambayo yalienea kwa TikTok, ya mavi, ya kinembe, ya suruari, ya ndani, ya uchi, ya kuomba kinembe, hizi vitu zinafanya the society cannot look at her as someone capable to to offer anything to the society, rather watamdhalilisha. So Ms. Sonke, kama unaendelea na kazi na Madam Lady Jacqueline, we the state, we appreciate what the two lovely ladies from abroad are doing for the people back at home. Kuna society na communities zinahitaji usaidizi, and for you to take it upon yourselves msaidie community, it's a thing that is supposed to be a noble recognized, and a noble recognition, rather than kukosana on the background alafu kukuja in front of the same people and now mtoane uchi mbele za watu. Please adhere to that request for the court, that you should respect the reputation of Lady Jacqueline and also your reputation, because you are the people who are the mirror to the society. Thank you so much for this. And yeah, we proceed. We go back to our case. Have we found Githaiga? Please, is Githaiga in the court?
Yes, Your Honor. However, I don't know if Ms. Sonke needs to say something, because, Your Honor, as I have just gotten some really good news, I've just been awarded 1 million Kenya shillings. I am so happy. However, Your Honor, I must say that Ms. Sonke took me to America to attend an incredible conference, and then she put me up in a rather fancy hotel. I was checking the price of that hotel right now on Google, and I found it was 470 pounds, British pounds per night. If you work that out by 170 shillings, you will find that Miss Sonke really did sacrifice for me. And I was treated like the queen that I am, and I am so grateful for that. I stayed in a very posh hotel. I was treated well, my food, activities around the city of San Diego, California. The activities were good. I attended fancy parties. One party was in a very big mansion on the hill overlooking the city of San Diego. So I believe that some of these costs we will be able to agree with Ms. Sonke, and we will just literally deduct from that 1 million Kenya shillings. So I am so happy with the ruling of the court, and I am happy to continue working with Ms. Sonke. Going forward, we have a lot of work to do as a trio, and I hope that we will just avoid mentioning each other on social media, and then we just focus on the work nyuma ya tent. Thank you, Your Honor. I don't know if Ms. Sonke wants to say something before we continue.
My client just texted me and said that my able lawyer, my defender, just tell the courts that whatever the rule, we are going to agree on that, and we are going to work on that. Not henceforth, there's not going to be any conflict between us. We believe we are all Kenyans. We are strong. We are women we are vicious women, and we are there for each other, irrespective of anything that we do. My able lawyer, Zidadi, confirmed this to the panelists and to the able court that I truly apologize to what happened. But henceforth, I'm going to work with Lady Jacqueline as she works with me with the Maasai girl child, comma. Then she says, cheers.
So much. Thank you, Senior Counsel Zidadi. Thank you for that. Because at the end of the day, what really matters is, how our lives are impacting other people. And it is just an incredible thing that we were able to be put in the same place at the same time. And we were able to get the kind of opportunities that we got while we were out there in California. So I'm very happy to continue working with Miss Sonkei Kores. And yes, thank you so much, Senior Counsel. Your Honor, take the mic. Mr. Githaiga Samuel is also here, but I will.
Thank you so much. The accused for promoting the spirit of remorse, forgiveness, and also conflict resolution. This is what this court advocates, that we find a free and fair trial, and at the same time we are able to set aside our differences, be it ethnically or in terms of friendship, and just serve the people and provide service to humanity. We appreciate the maturity that both the plaintiff and the accused have demonstrated in this court. Going forward, we have Githaiga in the courtroom, and Githaiga, I'd love to, before you proceed to present your defense in this court, I would love to inform you that you have been accused by the state versus you and Diana Ross for the accusation charges of hate speech, promoting public incitement, and also tribalism remarks that could, lead to an outbreak of violence in the country and in the platform of TikTok, therefore interfering with the TikTok Cohesion and Integration Act, in accordance to National Cohesion and Integration Act number 12, which was established on 2008 under Section 13. Before you proceed, we'd like you to recognize this court. So you will take your oath. I don't know if Githaiga could take the mic and repeat after me, because this is a court of law. This is a court of law. Silence in the courtroom. Silence in the courtroom. Githaiga, please repeat after me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. Repeat after me.
Yes. Yes.
I kindly advise the court which religion are you? Are you Muslim?
Christian.
So repeat after me. Mimi Githaiga.
Mimi Githaiga.
Naapa ya kwamba maneno nitakayosema mbele ya hii koti,
maneno nasema mbele ya koti
ni ya kweli na kweli mtupu.
Ni ya kweli na kweli mtupu.
Mungu nisaidie.
Mungu nisaidie.
Githaiga, please proceed your case without being, of course, intimidated by anybody. You have been accused of tribalism, promoting tribalism, hate speech, and public incitements. What do you have to tell the court about this?
Not guilty. Not guilty. Why is my accuser? Is court accusing me? So how am I guilty? You see? Yes, Your Honor.
Minute, Githaiga. Madam Prosecutor, take note that the defense has taken a plea of not guilty, and he is asking nani amemwaccuse. Githaiga, umeshtakiwa na hii mahakama in the interest of watu binadamu and the people of Kenya and the TikTok user, kwamba wewe unaleta ukabila, unaleta public incitement, unachochea certain groups against certain tribes against other tribes, na kwamba umeweka statements ambazo zinaweza kuleta utengano, vita, na kusababisha watu kuuana. So ni state, the government of TikTok is accusing you.
Okay. Your Honor, if I can take the mic 1 minute so that I can update Githaiga on what has happened so far so that he'll know where to come in.
Yes, Madam Prosecutor.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So, Mr. Githaiga Somewhere, welcome to the court. Before you came in, we had, yes, sorry, Your Honor.
Madam Prosecutor. Githaiga, which language are you more familiar with? Unataka tuongee Kizungu ama tuweke Kiswahili ama tuchanganye?
Tuchanganye yote, Kizungu na Kiswahili. Yes.
Court has taken note of your request. Thank you.
Your Honor, I will now update Mr. Githaiga on what has transpired session today. We were able to play a recording of yourself, Mr. Githaiga, talking to TikTokers as a whole. You were advising Big Daddy, and you were talking about a few things in that recording that we played. We also managed to play recordings of Diana Ross, the co-accused, giving you a response. And I'm going to take about 5 minutes telling you exactly what has been said. So first of all, in the recording that we played, we found you said Luos like to.
I beg the court to kindly play them back. If you had already played them, I wasn't here. I beg to also hear the evidence being played against me. If only I can be played back that. Yes, okay. And that one of Lapunye.
Yes. Okay. So I'll do that in a minute. However, I will just kind of tell you 4 points that you said that the court has actually looked at and also presented in front of the public. Okay, one thing you said was that Luos like attacking each other. For instance, you talked about Akode and how Luos attacked her to the point of her having to, reduce her activity on TikTok. You also talked about Luos using some Luos using witchcraft on other Luos.
Point of interjection.
Yes.
In the interest of the court and the general public, I would wait before you give us the summary. It would be of importance if we hand the video or the recordings played so that you can now give us a summary.
Okay. All right. So I'll start with the recordings then, Your Honor. Can you take the mic 1 minute?
Interjection, Madam Prosecutor. A point of interjection. Is it in order that a courier directs the courts on what to say? The prosecutor is giving us direction, giving us the submissions that was submitted and what Githaiga said before she plays the recordings. Can you please go ahead and articulate those points? Then we can take it from there. Madam Prosecutor, please.
Okay.
Counsel.
I think what
I interject as you rule that. Is it also in order for one Zidadi Rafmuri to also give direction if he denies Kafiro the right of giving direction? Is it also in order for one Rafmuri to advise the court on what to do? Thank you for as you rule, Your Honor.
As a senior counsel, we are being taken by directions, please, so that we follow up what transpired and what are you accused of, please, instead of jumping into to the recordings, not knowing what are the major issues that you are being accused of, you as a complainant or as a defendant. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. In the interest of my client and my tribe here, we cannot go into giving a summary. If this is a case that there is a lot of interest in, not only as a country, not only the TikTok family, but each and everyone who is alien. And it would only do us good if we heard what the recording says before you give us the summary. Thank you.
Did I hear my tribe? Thank you. Note down that.
Yes, because yes.
Did I hear my tribe? Thank you.
Yes, please.
Note down that you are NS magistrate.
Yes.
Magistrate.
We are here because of accusation of tribalism. There is nothing or no problem when somebody comes to represent a tribe that is being accused. There is totally no problem. That is the case that is here.
I direct this court and I direct the madam prosecutor to play the recording first, kwa sababu ukileta summary ni kama umetuambia vile wewe umeelewa. The accused has right and to also hear the evidence that has been brought forward. So play the evidence first before you give us a summary.
Okay. All right. Your Honor, I'm ready with the recordings. So I will start with Mr. Githaiga Samuel and exactly what he said. I will play two recordings, but by Mr. Githaiga Samuel. One is the one his statements before he was challenged by Miss Diana Ross. The second one is his rebuttal to Miss Diana Ross. Okay.
Kama sio Kapunya na tusumbonga TikTok ni Ati. Kama sio Ati ni huyu wa Vinembe. Kama sio wa Vinembe ni mwingine. I am sure we have good laws here. Tuko na wajaruo wazuri sana hapa.
Okay. So I'm so sorry, Your Honor. The video is buffering for whatever reason, I don't know. My internet is very adequate. Just give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Yeah, it's back.
The majority of these ones who are online, they embarrass the rest. They embarrass the rest. I have never seen Auka, for instance, make videos or make fun or want to use anybody's uchi against another. Sijaona mtu kama Auka akifanya kitu kama hiyo. Atakaa chini, very demure, very respectful, na si ati akanyaganagi, na si ati akosanagi, na tunakanyaganaga and it happens. Lakini hii yanyu is going something else. Big Daddy, I'm not yet kukupasha, but maybe just to tell you, even if you don't respect women anywhere else, respect hure mama alikuzalia juzi. I think that is so much, that is not too much to ask. Yeah, I'm sure saizi ukiriganisha hata ukipiga hiyo kinembe ilizaa juicy na amereplete tuzilete hapa, I'm sure one looks better than the other. Yeah, and I wouldn't want at all even to make your women a subject on TikTok, because you tend to make them, because we tend to ask each other, huyu mtu amezaliwa juzi na mama, huyu nuri anakujanga na mama wawili anasema huyu ni side chick, huyu ndio nimeoa na huyu ni side chick, huyu ndio napenda, huyu unawagombanishanga online. One day I came here, I spoke on their behalf, not on their behalf, but I told you, like, as a man, I feel it very bad that you're embarrassing your women online. I told you that bluntly, and then I went silent, nikanyamasa because it is none of my business. Alafu nikaona mabibi, they just okay there with you, na mimi nikaashana nayo. But until today nesa kuambia, hata leo nesa kuambia, tafadhali Big Daddy, whatever you have against women, or whatever you do to women, or nembe kunyonga, these are things we do. These are things everybody does. These are things every other man, including those who come to your life, they do. Akina Steve wananyonganga, they do these things. But I'm telling you, they don't come here online talking about it, making fun out of it, making you look atunataka kuwa famous na kinebe mwingine ya mwanamke. Na wewe ni mwanaume. You know, some of you should just be gay. Watu wengine nafaa mkwe mashoga. Big Daddy make use of that big matako unapelekaga gym. Reta huku. Reta tutengeneze. Maybe it will put sense in your head. Unajua vitu zingine na kuaga, you know, like we are all adults. Nani wanyongangi? Nani wanyongangi? Washana na wale wameoa. Wale wameolewa na wale wameoa. Hapa tunajua tuko wengi masigu. Ni nani hapa hanyongangi? How would TikTok look if everybody brought the kinembe he has and the mujurus he has of the other one?
Okay, so Your Honor, again,
mimi nikuje labda na nyongaga na komada, nilete mujurusi ya komada. Haya, mwingine akuje arete ya mwingine, arete ya mwingine. I'm only saying this because I've seen here M, na nikakubuka bado M again. You came here, niko na matiti ya M, alinitumia matiti, tulikuwa tunanyonga na M, alinitumia matiti. Big Daddy, some of these things embarrass you, not them. They embarrass you. We just look at mimi na kuangaliaga hivi. And that's why me I don't even siongeangi sana kwa platform yako. I don't, because sometimes I'm always like, oh, this one will embarrass you people. Oh God. This one will embarrass. Hata huwezi mtetea. Because you know huyu atakunywa tu, akuja na ile kichwa yake nono na ndevu. Wacha nikwambie. Let me tell you, na sasa hiyo mpaka kuna watoto kwa nyumba yako mara. Tunasikia mpaka akilia kwa background. You are somebody's husband, a husband of two, in the US, a senior citizen. Tunafaa tukuangalie kama role model. You think anafaa kukuona aseme, I want to be like you. I want to come to the US. I want to get the dollars. I'm supposed to look at you people like, you know, these are people we are supposed to be envious of. Kama mmoja harewi, anarewa shakari, mwingine anaonyesha na vinembe. We have, mimi sijui lakini, you can come and justify, you can go live unitukane, ufanye kila kitu yote, but I think all women, even here, all women who are here would actually agree that it does not make somebody a more man because members and you can share them. It doesn't make you a mom. It actually makes you less man. Fact that unaweza share vinembes wa mama, hata kushare, coming to make fun at you want to be famous with them. You can even share because you want to serve tea. Lakini coming to be with them here, ati wewe, nakwambia ukiniambia kitu kingine Meru Pretty, ukiniambia kitu kingine naanika kinembe yako, na ati na yule mwingine shoga, ule shoga anaongea na alikuwa baka best Meru Pretty, who are these friends you have? Who are these friends you have also? Kaito nani kuna shoga mwingine anatoka America. I hate that man. I hate him. Mimi hata siongeki na yeye. Hata simuongelesha. Nyarwa. Kitu kama hiyo. I hate that shoga. Anakuwa tu kwa mama, kwa mshene wa mama. Na hiyo ni shoga, I can tell you for a fact. Arwa is gay. That one is hiyo hata kama hajatoka lakini hata nyinyi si mnajua. Ile mama yote si mnajua. Of course. I just hate so much. Who are these? Meru Pretty, who are these? Are they your friends? Ako Canada, si America. Are they your friends? Ati uko na kuma ya Meru Pretty. Uko na kuma. Wewe Arwa ukuragi kuma. Mimi ambeta wewe kwanza unapenda boro. Wewe ni mom. Wewe ni wale tunaita singependa kwenda hapo, lakini wewe ni ile bottom. Wewe ndio unafaa wewe ndio unaweza tapika ukiona. I'm sure. Mimi ndio mnatapikaga mkiona.
Okay, so thank you, Your Honor. I will play the second recording. I've left that halfway because he's gotten off track and is going now into the sexuality of one Arwa. So I will now play the second recording by Githaiga. Samuel, thank you. Now, just to give you some kind of background, this recording was captured when Mr. Githaiga was responding to Miss Diana Ross. So you will hear him talking about some of the things that Miss Diana Ross has raised in her response.
Involving the daddy, Diana Ross, Ati, some people are very toxic. Na nikasema stop showing us this toxicity because the day Akove was here, Akove left TikTok telling them.
Your Honor, did you say something?
Yes, please. Madam Prosecutor, it is important that accusers mame hapo kwa
yes, watch and expand. I'll just expand the accused. Thank you.
And the accused, please, can you come on camera because tunataka kuona so we want to be looking at you and taking your reactions ukijisikiza. It's important to know if you're showing remorse or you're not showing any remorse. What happened to your dog?
Okay, ndio hiyo. Okay, so let me continue playing the recording.
And don't forget, Madam Prosecutor, don't forget where Raila was mentioned.
Okay, yeah.
Whole world that Luos come after me with everything they have and you saw it. Mulimpiga nyinyi wote. Kidogo tunasikia kuna uchawi TikTok. Uchawi inatoka wapi? CD na Nyakwara. Nikasema hata sikusema Wajaluo, nilisema some of these rural content creators who are big, they are embarrassing the entire road. And I said, we have good examples like who? Nilisema example kama ulikuwa hapa asubuhi. Nilisema example ya nani? Watu ambao wako na akili. Kapunye, we are not apologetic. Ni endelea kula hiyo kisugu. Kura kisugu kura kisugu, webe ni ure. Waambieni mapema, webe ni ure. Unapologetically. Na mundu ndakanagie na kieha. Na mundu ndakanagie na kieha ni gukorwo ati ni ararugwo ni kuri umire. They would want that so much. They would want us to go that way. That's why anakaa chini 2 hours. Mwanamke ako America. 2 hours unakaa chini unaniongelea mimi, a doctor, I have a degree. Mimi ni maraya, nilipata D minor. Unakaa chini unaniongelea mimi. Maraya wagire D minor. Ati you come, no. Githaiga, what do you think you are? Cheap, paid, monkey. Unaongelea cheap, paid monkey. Hiyo majina yote umenitukana hapo. Unaongelea hiyo for 2 hours. Don't you have something better? America ni asubuhi. Can you imagine mtu akianza asubuhi in such a way? Ndio maana huyu mama anafotaga na maraana. This lady anatoka hapa anaenda anabomoa manyumba ya watu huko. Noada anakuaga huko akiambia wamama wabomoe manyumba ya watu. She's justifying everything. Ana justify ujiga. Everything in the name of defending. Alienda karibu kwa maya wenyewe. Mse hata alikufa na COVID. Hawezi survive COVID na stress. Can you imagine surviving this woman as your wife? Can you imagine? Daktari anakaa chini kuongelea Githaiga 2 hours. How do you have such a wife? Kapunye. Washana na mimi. And I'm very unapologetic, by the way. I'm very unapologetic. Kama venye nilisema ilikuuma, viukame, yani uhudha. Eda ukapupua shani translate, maana mnajitranslatea vibaya. Eda ukakunie, ukue mwepesi. Viukame ya uhudha. Unajua anajitranslatea. Washaheri ni translate, maana sasa siku hizi nimeona wanakuja kunitasama. Kile nasema wanaenda wana-translate. Anaenda wana-translate kikwao. Ile ambayo inasema. Kwa hiyo niwega, no, I can see what they are doing. And last time that's what they tried doing. They think Githaiga is too big. Githaiga is listened by everybody. How do we make him popular? How do we make him Kapunye? You have struggled. Hata account yako ijaienda for 4 years. You're still struggling with 58,000 followers. Every day on TikTok. You come on TikTok than Githaiga. Na mimi ninakuja TikTok boka. Na mimi nakuja TikTok boka. Na mimi nikikuja na kupatia ma facts. Unajua hata ukiniambia ma tribal, ukikuja uniambia tribal, you don't know the real tribal. Githaiga is the real tribal. Mimi ukinionyesha line ya tribal, I can make you cry on yourself. Naweza fanya hata usiamke kushugua kura. Na hata Sakayo anajua hapa hakuna mategemeo. Kama hawamkagi kushagua mzee, hawamkagi hata 70% kushagua mzee wao. You know, last time mzee alishindwa na 200,000 votes, but somehow it is ever a Kikuyu problem that mzee did not win. How? Ngiri 200 simngeamka nyinyi wote, lakini hawakuamka. Kama hawezi amka kwenda kwa mzee, wataamka kwa Sakayo. Sakayo ameona hapa kuna maneno. Hiyo siku unajua mimi nilikuwaga huko. Nilikuwaga nasimama Azimio. Hivi nasimama hivi nafanya campaign. Ile siku ya kura naona baba anaenda kupiga kura. Ako na watu 10,000. Anaenda kupiga kura moja. Wanaenda mahali watu 10,000 vijana. Wanapiga kura moja, wote tena wanatoka wanafuata baba. Nikashangaa Mungu. Wanajua kura ina shidago aje. You see some of this. If you want us to argue, we can. I can give you reality. Kapunye, stop sitting down discussing me. I'm not in the mood of politics. I'm not in the. It's not that I can't play them. I can play them so well. Wakikuyu wamejaa prison. It's okay. That's why Wakikuyu wamejaa prison. Wakikuyu wamejaa kwa maofisi. Wakikuyu wamejaa kwa kura. Because they are more. What do you expect? I mean, let us not argue that way. Let us not argue mambo ya matribal hifo. Mimi sipendi kuargue na mtu mkubwa mjinga, and you know that. If people are more, what do you expect? Washa neshena Kapunye. Nimemsikia dakika 5 mtu amenitumia kaka recording, and I was like, wow. Anyway, that said and done, nimekuja boka, sijakuja kukanyaga Kapunye. Kapunye is not part and parcel of my problem. Mimi ni yule mtu siwezi nikakaa hapa nikiongea hiyo Kapunye. Kapunye is a problem I can step on and kanyaga. Unajua hiyo ni dodero ya modu. Dodero huo. Na mtu asiyeiona kama ati Kapunye is a big deal. Hiyo ni ile biogas. Unaona ile biogas inavyo kwa mavijiji. Hii watu wanalipishwa giriite. Ile inakuja kikaratasi kina dodero hivi. You know, you can be able to tell a useless man, a useless person.
Your Honor, I beg to stop it there because it's going south rather fast. So I will stop it right there because now there is an issue of biogas and etc. Thank you, Your Honor. Now, you can take the mic 1 minute and then I'll play Diana Ross's recording.
Before tuta play mambo ya Diana Ross, nilikuwa nataka pahali Githaiga ameongelea Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga, kama tunaweza ipata on records ndio tuweze kufuatilia maneno ambayo yalitoka kwa Mr. Githaiga.
Ningependa pia yuaona kujulisha koti ya kwamba wakili wangu wamefika. Ningependa pia kuwa admitted to the bar. Tafadhali naomba mpadishe Boscan. Asante.
Madam Prosecutor, please, can lawyer counsel Boscan to request?
He's already up. He's already come up. Thank you very much, Your Honor. Shall I now read in summary what Githaiga Samuel said in that recording? I'm focusing mainly on the last recording. Now, he said about 7 main points. He made 7 main points. Point number 1, that Luos like attacking other Luos. Okay, that's his first point. Point number 2 that he made was that of witchcraft, you know, Wajaluo na kujiattack pia kutumia witchcraft. I think that is another recording. I'm sure it is there. And then he also made a point that this was a bid to make him depopular. The kwamba Githaiga is popular and this is a bid to make him depopular. And then he also goes on and says he comes to TikTok for Mboka. And then he laughs about it. And then he also brags and says that he has not been tribal, but he can be real tribal. After that, he goes on and talks about Luos and the fact that Luos do not vote for Mzee. And when they don't vote for Mzee, it ends up being a Kikuyu problem. So the Luos themselves don't vote for Raila. And then after they fail to vote for Raila, they go ahead and they blame Raila's failure on Kikuyus. Now, he gives a very important anecdote in his argument there. He says that he himself used to stand Azimio. Your Honor, I wish to bring this fact to the court, before the court, that Githaiga is a member of society who has stood in politics as a political candidate. And he has stood under Azimio, the Azimio coalition, which is the party led by Honorable Raila Odinga. So he's talking as an insider of the party. And then he says, he then goes on and talks about how Luos will take 10,000 Luos will take Honorable Raila Odinga to vote, and then he will cast his 1 vote, and all these people surrounding him will not vote. Your Honor, he talks about public participation when it comes to voter participation, and you know, amongst the Luos. The Luos, Githaiga's position is that Luos do not vote. Now, he goes on and makes a final point. He says that the reason why Kikuyus are more in prison than any other tribe is simply because there are more Kikuyus in Kenya than any other tribe. So that would therefore mean that therefore Wakikuyu watakuwa wamejaa kwa jela kwa sababu kuna Wakikuyu more than other tribes in Kenya. So that is his final point that he makes. Now, I have to remind you, Your Honor, we made a poll. We did 4 polls on Githaiga's points. The first poll was, that of Luos attacking each other, and the poll actually won. We actually, I don't know whether Your Honor, it would be in order to repeat just one single poll. What do you think? Because these were polls when before the defendant came.
The accused, the second accused is in court. Tutaomba kwamba people in the comment section to vote.
Yes.
Guidelines. Let them vote.
Okay, thank you. So the first poll is the first point that Githaiga Samuel made, that Luos like attacking other Luos. So smiley face, red for yes, blue for nay. Okay, red for yay, blue for nay. Okay, so do Luos like attacking other Luos? So that was Githaiga's first point that he made. Okay. So the only 4 points that he made, we'll just do a very quick poll to find out what the public thinks about Githaiga's arguments concerning Luos. So the first one, Luos like attacking other Luos. Okay, so it seems as though the yes have it. The yes have it. Okay, the yes have it. Okay. All right, so the yes have it at 427 versus 19, the nay. So yes have it. So it seems as though the public agrees with Githaiga on the argument that Luos like attacking other Luos. Now, the second poll is that some Luos like using witchcraft on other Luos. Example here is Cindy versus Nyakwar. Is it true that some Luos will use witchcraft on other Luos? Okay, yay for red, nay for blue. Okay, so we've got, do some Luos use witchcraft on other Luos? Yay for red, nay for blue. Okay. Okay, I think the yes have it. I think the yes have it. It seems as though the public is in agreement with Githaiga Samuel, Mr. Githaiga Samuel. And I think the point that people are referring to is that issue of the black chicken and the, yeah, thank you. Okay, so 500 versus 16, so the yay have it. Thank you very much. The next two more arguments by Githaiga Samuel. The next one is that Luos don't vote for Mzee, as he called him. Luos don't vote for Mzee. Luos don't vote enough for Mzee. So his argument is that not enough Luos are there voting for Mr. Raila Odinga, Honorable Raila Odinga, and that is why he keeps losing. He gave an example of him losing last time with 200,000 votes. Okay, so I think again the yes have it. Yeah. Okay, and if you spend time in a Luo village during voting, you'll actually have the answer to that. Yeah, some of us who spend time in the village when people are voting, yeah, out of 100 people, only maybe 5 will go to vote. Okay, so it seems as though again the yay have it, the nay have lost at 26 versus 508. 508, the yay have it. So Luos, you are not voting enough for Mzee. And then the final question was about Kikuyus being in prison. Githaiga's argument was that there are more Kikuyus in prison because Kikuyu is a bigger population in Kenya. Okay, so yes, if you agree with him, no, if you think Kikuyus are just criminals. who are all being rounded up and taken to prison. Okay. So very, very quickly, guys. Thank you. And I think the yay have it again. The yes have it yet again. We are already at 400. Okay. I think the yes have it again. Okay. So those are the 4 points upon which we narrowed down Githaiga's main key arguments into those 4 points. And we wanted to see what the general public thinks about what he means. So it seems as though the yes have it again. 486, still going. Still going. 501. Still going. Yeah. So 511 versus 28. So the yay have it. The yes have it again. So they agree with Mr. Githaiga Samuel that the risk just big in Kenya. It happens to be the biggest population in Kenya. Therefore, statistically, the representation in prison will therefore match that population ratio. Okay, so thank you so much. Your Honor, is it now time for Mr. Githaiga Samuel to take the mic, or should I give the mic back to you before I start the recordings for the second accused?
I think, okay.
Githaiga, ama the defense counsel of Githaiga, of course, all protocols observed. Kuna Boscan pale ama represent Githaiga. Either of you, either Githaiga ama defense counsel anaweza chukua.
So thank you so much for watching the video to the end. Remember to like, share, comment, and if you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe and put on the notification bell so that you know every time I post a new video. So guys, thank you. I'm gonna see you on my next video. Bye.